Morning and welcome to today's vlog. And we've had biblical rains again for 2 or 3 days, so I thought I'd give you a little tour of the land post rain. We're Those Weirdos, a family of 7.
Nearly 3 years ago, we gave up our conventional lives to live, travel and work in our self-converted Sprinter van.
In July 2021, with the increase in travel restrictions caused by Brexit and the pandemic, we decided to buy off-grid land in Portugal to live a more sustainable lifestyle.
Follow along with our journey as we turn our beautiful but derelict land into our very own slice of off-grid heaven. Wildlands.
Had biblical rains again for 2 or 3 days, so I thought I'd give you a little tour of the land post rain. And as you can see from behind me, it's about 8:30 now, I think. The sun is shining, the rain is gone for now. We've had a few floods, so I'm just at the entrance to the land. You can see the olive grove there behind me that doesn't belong to us, and the track going behind me. So if I pan round, take you in the land with walking cam. See on the right, all of this bit is ours. Not cleared or done anything to that yet. And then as we start to get onto the gravel in front of me, we've got our bin area and our temporary compost bin. So the compost bin is about half full, maybe a bit more. Has been dropping a lot, but the rain's done it a lot of good, keeping it nice and moist after being warmed up in the sun. So we've got a couple of big bags of manure which we had delivered a couple of months ago, which again have benefited from being wet. But you can see from where the land was dug out by Frank, got a little bit of a flood down the bottom, just come out of the bottom of the compost bin, and all the moss is coming out on the right, just making the boulders look even more beautiful than normal. And this is Stout Hill, as Missy named it, because in all these little cracks here there's a whole family of stoats living, which we see occasionally, but it's absolutely beautiful. And then as we come through, we've got Martin's van on the right and the sub in the front, and then on the left we've got one of 4 hugel culture beds that we've got now. So I've mentioned this before. So a hugel culture bed was dug by Frank, and what it is, for those not familiar with hugel culture, it's basically a massive pit. It was about 2 meters deep, I think probably by about 4 or 5 meters long, and Frank filled it up with all the debris, so branches, leaves, pine needles, pine cones, and then we've chucked in topsoil that we've raked off, and detritus, wood chip and bark, and over time this sinks down and rots. It's a bit like a giant compost bin really, so in a year or so this will be a fabulous bed for growing. And then we've got our 3 raspberries that we planted about a month ago along here, one of which you can see here. It's actually got quite a few raspberries coming, so I'm not sure how they'll fare in the colder weather. And then that's where we were storing our trees, which we've predominantly planted. The Spanish reed that we picked up at the side of the road, which died off, is now all shooting back, so that's epic. So we're going to go grow them on and eventually use them for a hedge, but you can see all 4 of them are coming back nicely. And you can see the amount of water that's collected in the tarp and in the bin there, all from the rain of the last few days. And if I walk you down here, this is one of the many paths down to the shower area and the back of the nursery area that we started clearing in the video a few days back. But amazing what the rain's done to the ground. We've got a myriad of wildflowers, grasses, and all kinds of things are popping up, which we like, because although we cleared the area, it's nice to have it back to wild and a bit green. You can see there, that's a wild lavender. We've got a lot of that on the land, which we've kept where possible. Beautiful. It's not the same as French lavender, but it does smell lovely. There's a Tarzan shower, which made it through the wind. We had 70-mile-an-hour winds, but if I take you inside, you can see the tiny tiers that we planted in the corner, which was in a 3-inch pot, is now about 10 inches wide, and it's actually growing all around the posts, so it's lovely. It's going to spread out on the floor. It's got little tendrils coming out, really pretty, and the moss over here is taking as well, I think. So I'm glad the shower survived the rains. As we go past the back of the shower, we've got 2 bamboos that we planted and the bougainvillea, which are all doing really well. Bamboos look like they're spreading out already. I know they can be invasive, but I've grown a lot of bamboo in the past, so I've got no problem with that. We'll just keep them in check if they start growing under the path or into the shower area. And as you keep going down the path, we've got the end of the fruit forest on the left, which I'm not going to show you because I'll keep that for another video. Got a big fig tree there, which was an old fig tree that looked like it fell over. Mrs. cleared that of all the brambles last week and it looks a lot happier. We've had a lot of figs off that. And we've got Rose's tent, which survived the rain and stayed nice and dry, so that's good news. And then on this little terrace on the top of Rose's tent, we had a little swale running up here, which we've got Frank to dig out. And you can see the water's been running in there. It basically takes all the water and then it goes down here, which means that this terrace doesn't get waterlogged from the water from the top there. And then this was going to be the fruit forest, but it's now going to be a wild flower garden, so we're going to seed bomb it with sunflowers and wildflowers. There's Rose's lemon tree, which has got a load of new growth on the top and has settled in nicely. This is the hole that Martin had 3 hours to dig. Really hard ground here, which is why we decided to turn this area into a wildflower garden rather than use it as part of the fruit forest. And then just before the rains, we had 3 meters cubed of this beautiful straw compost. A little froggy there. Oh, how beautiful. Hello, little froggy. He's enjoying the compost. If I can get you in focus. Oh, off he goes. Always a surprise how many wonderful creatures you just come across walking around on the land. Hello, mate. So a lovely compost there. So now we're on the bottom of the drive. Pan you round. There's the sub. There's the wildflower garden without any wildflowers. And then see, all the land is lovely and wet. You can see where we've had little rivers of water running off the drive here. It's all very wet, which is lovely after all the sun we've had throughout August, September and October. Martin was clearing this, and it's starting to come back to life. All the moss again is green, lots more wild lavenders which we kept. It looks lovely in the autumn sunshine with the moss on the rocks. You can see the water's been flowing down here, so we're going to make this into a proper path. Again, there's loads of seeds coming up which we're going to keep in check like a little carpet. A lot of these are salad burnets which you can eat. A load more clearing to do here. This is sort of coming into the olive grove terrace before the ruin. But truly beautiful. And on the right here we've got our oldest cork oak, which the previous owner reckoned, he said it was planted about 150 years ago on this beautiful outcrop of boulders with a big drop, and she's a beautiful tree. You can hear how peaceful it is apart from the distant moo of the cows. The edge of where we've cleared most of this, apart from clearing the detritus on the floor for fire, we're going to leave it pretty wild. And then as we come back here, coming back up to the little path I just took you down, back up to the main part of the land where we're living. All very green and autumnal. What a beautiful place. Now over here we've got Rose's little succulent garden. Some of them are much bigger than they were when she bought them. She's got 3 or 4 there. Another one over there. A couple of babies there. More beautiful moss, and then a cactus in there. Succulent here that we rescued from the beach, which is taken as well. Lovely grass coming up. There's Bogey having a sleep, and then we're back at the top at the hoogle bed. So there we go, little post-autumnal walk around the land after all the rains. It's good to have the sun back. So I think it looks like it's going to be quite warm today. The skies are pretty clear. And Martin and I are off to plant fruit trees now. So no doubt we'll film some of that and see what we get up to in a future video. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed my little walking cam tour. See where we're at with the land, how we're faring in the rain. I can see Missy in the distance looking at our fruit trees, so I'll get some filming of those done as well. So as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for all your lovely comments and advice and input, and I hope you're enjoying our wafflings as we turn the wild lands into a off-grid paradise. And we'll see you tomorrow hopefully. Take care, cheers.